Hello, welcome into the operating system course, and we will learn how to navigate and how to control different operating systems, Linux, Windows. But first of all, we'll start with MS-DOS, which is the archaic one, but I think it's good to learn about this system because this is the system that is closely connected with first PC computers. It basically doesn't have any graphical user interface, so it is required to learn some commands to operate in this system. But why is it important? Because nowadays we're still using the prompt line, we're still using the bash terminal and other prompt that is closely connected with former commands in MS-DOS. That's why I will start with this system. I will guide you how to configure the virtual box, which is the virtual machine environment that allows us to use different computers in our hardware. So I will guide you today how to configure everything, how to set up the environment, and how to practice with basic commands in MS-DOS. Everything which is required for this course you can find here on Moodle course. You are enrolled into the course, so you shouldn't find any difficulties to configure the environment. First of all, if you click here in this link, Oracle Virtual Box, you will be redirected to the official website. And in this download section, when you click, you need to choose the platform based on your hardware. If you are using PC and you have a Windows host, you choose the first link to download the application. If you are using Apple computers, if you have the iMac or other computer with Intel host, i5, i7, you choose that link. In case you have a modern one with M1, M2 or other M processors, you choose this link. In case you are using different operating systems, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to choose other distributions individually. I choose the Windows host and I already installed the VirtualBox. You can find this icon on your desktop. If you start, you will be redirected to, after installation, to this menu. You can find some labels in Polish, but you should have it in English. I tried to change the global settings, but some labels are in English, some in Polish. This is the new version of VirtualBox Manager. I think you will not find any difficulties because if I have a Polish label, I will try to explain it in English. First of all, we need to create the virtual machine. What is the virtual machine? This is something like a virtual computer with its own hardware inside your physical machine. So if you have this application, you can create another computer inside your hardware. To do this, I click here, the new, which is the blue icon. And I'm going to name my virtual machine. You see now the labels are in English. Because I want to install MS-DOS, here I type the name MS-DOS 6.22. 6.22 this is the last official release for this operating system. And if I click here, the OS version will be automatically assigned for this name. So I don't change anything else here. I just use the default parameters here. Name, MS-DOS. It will be the local folder for my virtual machine. I don't use ISO image. ISO image is familiar with systems like Windows XP, Windows 7, because we understand ISO as an image of a physical optical drive. MS-DOS was installed on floppy disk. If you remember floppy disk, they had a limited capacity 1.44 megabytes, and the MS-DOS 6.22 installation required 3 floppy disk. How to find this floppy disk? If you go here, go back to Moodle course, you can find MS-DOS installation files in this folder, disk 1, disk 2, disk 3. They are the images of installation disk. You need to download. When I click here to download, you can find disk 1, disk 2, disk 3. They have been downloaded into my download folder in my operating system. So I go back here. I don't assign ISO image. I will assign the disk later. Then I go here to set up the unattended guest OS installation. This is MS-DOS. It doesn't have any user management or any authentication, so I leave this section as a default. Here in base memory, the minimum memory that should be assigned for this operating system is 32 megabytes. MS-DOS doesn't require such a memory because it could work with 1 megabyte or even less of random access memory. And of course, it was the time that no multi-core processors have been developed, so just one processor is enough. And I don't specify any physical hard disk. The new virtual hard disk with 500 megabytes capacity, which is completely enough for our system, will be created. When I set up everything, which is basically choosing the name for the system, and everything is ready, I click finish. It should be here in this button. And now I see the whole machine have been created. It means that our machine is ready to start, but we need to, before we start the machine, we need to assign the installation disk. So if you right click here on next to your virtual machine, the first label settings, I have a Polish label. Really, I'm surprised I'm recording this video today, and I'm surprised that I cannot change the language of my VirtualBox manager. When I click here, I click settings. I go down to memory, and here you have a memory with this icon of hard drive. You have a floppy controller, and you have a label empty. If you see this disk with empty label, you need to click here, and there is a choose a file from a disk. I go back to my downloads, and I choose disk 1, IMG. I assigned the first installation disk. Now I click OK, and after this, I can start my machine by double click on this icon. You see that the virtual machine is starting, and I see here starting MS-DOS. This is a very short, small view. I go here and to click view label and virtual screen, I will scale it to 300%. Yeah, and now you can see that we will install this system. And this is the wizard how to follow the installation. Okay, what to do now? If you see at the footer, we have a information which button will follow the wizard. I will install the DOS basically with default settings. So if I want to continue, I just press enter. This is the new machine because I have already created, so the disk is not configured, but this installation wizard can configure unallocated disk space automatically. So if I press enter again, the disk will be formatted and the new partition will be created. So I click enter again, my drive is being formatting. And now my system is ready. Okay, now I need to choose the original settings. The date is acquired from the system automatically, so the date should be up to date. The country and the keyboard layout. If you want to change the country, I can change it to Poland. It doesn't have any significant role in our exercise, but I can change it to Poland, and I will I won't change the keyboard layout because the keyboard layout is a United States QWERTY keyboard is the same as my default setting in my Windows. Okay, if the settings are correct, I press enter again. And now in my virtual drive, I'm going to create the directory to store the operating system files. In MS-DOS, you cannot create longer file names than 8 characters because the file system won't allow you to use longer names. And that's why everything has to be limited to 8 characters. If you create files after 8 characters in the alias, you have a dot separator, and then you have a 3-letter extension. Yeah, so maximum 8.3. This is the maximum file name size. DOS is a default directory for these operating systems. I press enter, and now you see there is a progress bar, and the system started the installation. You found that we downloaded 3 disks. Now the first disk has already copied the files into my hard drive. Now I need to switch the disk. I go to devices, so it should be this label, devices. Then I go to floppy drive, and here choose a file from a disk. And I click disk 2, and after I assigned then the disk 2 in my computer, I press enter to continue, and the installation should continue. After the progress bar will stop again, then I need to swap the disk, and I click devices, floppy drives, choose another disk, and disk 3, and it will be the last one. After that, the installation should be ready. Yeah, so now we have a installation ready, but read carefully this pop-up. Remove disk from all floppy disk drives and then press enter. In MS-DOS, if you leave the disk inside the floppy drive, then you won't be able to boot the system, because the boot order in MS-DOS is in default, by default, it is set up that the first priority is for floppy drive. So if you have a non-bootable disk in the floppy drive, then your operating system won't be able to boot. That's why I click devices, floppy drives, and here remove disk from virtual drive, the last label. If I remove it, then I can press enter. The information that MS-DOS 6.22 is now installed on your computer, and if I press enter, my system will boot. And if you see this screen, it means that your operating system is ready to work. And I will also show you how to start working with commands that you can find in the instruction.